A snapper opens its mouth in a Costa Rican net, and where the tongue should be, sits an isopod with two black eyes staring back. This small parasitic isopod is called Cymothoa exigua. It begins its life as a free-swimming juvenile, eventually navigating through the water column and entering a host fish's mouth through its gills. Biologists describe it as the only species of parasite known to functionally replace a host organ. This isopod becomes part of the fish's body plan, bolting itself into the socket where it functions in place of the organ it destroyed. Despite losing a primary anatomical structure to the parasite, the host fish does not die during the process. The host adapts to the intrusion. It goes on eating, breathing, and behaving normally, simply using the parasite in place of the organ it lost. Once an attached female is fused to her host's mouth, she can live there for up to about 3 years. The result is a sustained biological merger. It is a system of long-term functional adaptation rather than a fatal terminal infection. The native range of Cymothoa exigua stretches across the eastern Pacific, starting at the Gulf of California down to Ecuador. Along that coastline, researchers have documented confirmed populations thriving in the Gulf of Guayaquil and along the shallow coasts of Costa Rica. Depth records for the species run from a minimum of 2 meters down to 60 meters. Within these waters, its primary hosts are members of the snapper family Lutjanidae. In the Gulf of California, the spotted rose snapper is particularly targeted. While snappers are the primary hosts, the isopod is capable of wider integration. It has been documented parasitizing 8 different fish species, spread across 2 orders and 4 families. The 2 to 60 meter depth limitation of the parasite perfectly overlaps with the shallow shelf waters where these specific host snappers live and feed. The physical integration begins when a free-swimming juvenile crawls through the fish's gill arches. It navigates past the respiratory tissue and lodges itself securely in the buccal cavity, right near the base of the tongue. Using hooked front claws, the parasite cuts the arteries supplying blood to the tongue. As its blood supply is severed, the tongue tissue begins to necrotize and eventually sloughs off. Once the fish's original tongue has atrophied, the isopod uses its sharp legs to clamp its own body tightly onto the remaining muscular stub. From this position, its dorsal surface takes the exact physical place of the missing tongue. The attached female no longer eats the tongue tissue itself. Instead, it survives by feeding on mucus draining from the palate, along with small quantities of the fish's blood. While the fish survives the replacement, the biological toll is tangible. Fish carrying 2 or more of these parasites tend to be visibly underweight, signaling that the metabolic drain on the host is significant. This destructive severing process is biologically calibrated to stabilize a physical connection rather than kill the host. Cymothoa exigua is a protandrous hermaphrodite. Every single individual is born male. First to arrive becomes female. A second arrival stays male, attaching to the gills beneath her. Females reach 8 to 29 millimeters long and 4 to 14 wide. Males remain smaller, 7.5 to 15 millimeters long and 3 to 7 wide. From this attached position, each female is estimated to produce broods of more than 400 eggs. These are incubated safely in a ventral pouch called a marsupium until they hatch as free-swimming larvae and enter the water column. This conditional sex switching is highly efficient. By ensuring the first arrival can carry eggs, the species guarantees successful reproduction even when encounters between individuals in the vast open ocean are exceedingly rare. The species was first documented formally in the scientific record in 1884, described by the Danish zoologists Jorgen Christian Schiødte and Frederick Wilhelm August Meinert. This taxonomic tree illustrates the family Cymothoidae, erected by W. E. Leach in 1818, containing around 380 species across 40 genera. Exactly 8 genera and 100 species attach inside the fish mouth, but Cymothoa exigua alone fully replaces the tongue. In 2005, a British fishmonger in Belfast discovered a live specimen inside the mouth of an imported red snapper. It was the first record of the parasite reaching supermarket shelves in the United Kingdom. Encounters like that can cause alarm. A woman in Puerto Rico once sued a supermarket, claiming she was poisoned by a cooked tongue-eating louse. The case was dismissed because the parasite is entirely non-poisonous, poses no direct danger to people, and cannot survive on a human host. While its life cycle relies on an aggressive physiological takeover, it remains a specialized part of the marine ecosystem, posing no direct danger to people. Back in the eastern Pacific, the host fish continues its life on the shallow shelf. It swims, it feeds, it breathes. It is a working, healthy vertebrate, carrying a small crustacean physically bolted inside its mouth. Every meal that fish takes for the rest of its life passes directly over a living crustacean tongue. Evolution occasionally bridges the absolute gap between destruction and integration, redefining the boundaries of a single living body.